Let's solve equations with no solution or infinite solution. Equation number 3. The square root of the expression x plus 4 minus 2 equals negative 1/2 x minus 5. Step 1. Graph both expressions. So we are going to go to Desmos.com, and there we're going to take each side of our equation and we're going to type it into Desmos.com, starting with the y equals. While you're on Desmos.com, you're going to see this icon of a keyboard and a little drop-down arrow. And if you press that button, it'll show you all the different mathematical symbols that will help you type in this expression as you see it. I'm going to type in y equals the square root of x plus 4 minus 2. And then I'm going to type in the expression on the right side, y equals negative 1/2 x minus 5. Here's that keypad icon. Here's y equals the square root of x plus 4. We can't do minus 2 because it will just appear underneath the square root, and we want it to be outside of the square root, so we hit this arrow to go past the square root and now do minus 2. And that is our first expression graphed on Desmos.com. For the second expression, we're going to type in y equals negative, and then to create a fraction, you create it by using the division sign. So to create 1/2, we're going to type 1 divided by, and you can see that it's showing me a fraction with 1 on the top, and now I can type in 2 on the bottom. But just like our square root symbol from earlier, we now want to get off of the denominator of this fraction and onto the next part of our expression. So we hit the arrow to get out of the fraction and continue our expression, x minus 5. Now our two graphs are both plotted on Desmos.com, and now we can make our determination. Do these two graphs overlap anywhere? And clearly, these two graphs do not overlap. This square root graph expression starts at this point, negative 4, negative 2, and continues to trend upward. And this line here is a straight line downward, and so these two lines will never cross. Returning to our lesson over here, how did we graph both expressions? We graphed both expressions by typing the expression using the buttons on the keypad. Step 2. Determine whether the equation has a solution or no solution. Returning over to Desmos, if we take a look at these two lines that were created from the expressions of both sides of the equation, we see clearly that these two lines do not overlap, telling us that this equation has no solutions. How did we determine whether the equation has a solution or no solution? We know that this equation has no solution because the two expressions graphed as lines do not overlap. And we know that if the expression graphs never overlap, then the equation has no solutions. You are now ready to use Desmos.com to solve equation number 4.